I know. I know. I'm early. Super early. Extremely early. But let the record reflect. I am nothing if not fair. 5 to go, with way more than 5 to go, because I think there's somebody who is due some overdue praise. If I'm gonna slam you when you deserve to be slammed, pause. I'm gonna give you your flowers when they deserve to be given to you. And if you've been watching what I've been watching, and I know you have, Nuggets fan, that boy Jamal had himself a night tonight. Wow. Okay. 5 to go, with actually 10 to go. Breaking all the rules. But this one's for Jamal. I made a New Year's resolution. What's the guy got the astronaut suit on for? Who is the guy in the astronaut suit or the hazmat suit? What is that? What is happening? 93-77, the Nuggets are up. And like I said, that boy Jamal had a game tonight, y'all. Okay. Oh, what is that from? That's from like a movie or something, right? Hazmat suit guy. Now, granted, perspective is always most important. This was a Dallas team that was no more capable of defending Jamal than you or I from home. It wasn't stiff, the defensive effort early, and Jamal took advantage of it. And to his credit, has shot a very responsible 15 of 21 on the way to a current 38-point evening. 4 of 7 from 3. Like, he's had it rolling all night. And shout out Maul. Shout out Jamal Murray. Like I said, I am nothing if not fair. He earned these praises and these flowers tonight, because it's not going to be a long one. Will this go down as one of the worst coach games in the Bednar area? I don't know if you noticed, Daniel, but it's called 5 to go, and the thumbnail was Nuggets versus Mavs. So, yeah, I can't answer that question for you, Daniel. Read the room, bro. I love you, Daniel. You know it. You know it. You know I care. You know I kid because I care, but you got to read the room, brother. I don't give a shit. Is that fair? Was that harsh? No, I don't know. Let me be more specific, Daniel. I don't know if it will go down as the worst coached game in the Bednar area, because my job has been to watch and keep an eye on the Nuggets tonight, which I've done gleefully. I know that, the sports fans got two things going all at once. The two things I had going tonight was talking to my lady and watching the Nuggets. So, only so many streams that can be split. Malone may actually have saved his job for one more game. I don't know if it did that, Daniel. I don't know if it did that. I don't know if his job was in jeopardy like that. I think they've kind of righted the ship. They're 23-15, 11-8 on the road. Definitely trending in the right direction. And most importantly, are going to get a win against an opponent that later on in this season will definitely be around in the conversation for that, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 seed that it looks like the Nuggets will be slated at, barring the Houston Rockets doing what young teams are prone to do. I think we're all just kind of waiting on it to happen, which is for them to come back down to earth, pun very much intended. I mean, the Nuggets currently are 6 games See, 3 in the win column, 3 in the loss. So they're 6 games behind Houston. That's a young team skid, though. They're a young team, 4 or 5 game losing streak away from, putting themselves in that second seed conversation alongside Memphis. Dallas, without the services of Luka Doncic, who is out indefinitely, and they say he's slow to come along. Boy, nobody else has really had it going tonight except Jamal, though. Jamal haters are oddly quiet tonight. I'm not a hater, but I've been hard on him, and I'm going to give him his flowers where they're due. Jamal has played not just well, extremely well. He's been everything that we want in a Jamal Murray. Is it disconcerting to you? This is the glass half, another triple-double, by the way, for Joker. Quietly, 10 points, 10 assists, 14 rebounds. For Jamal to do well, let me see where Russ is at. Russ was 3 of 11 tonight, so they needed Jamal. Russ was more Russ than he's been the other thing. Not a great assist total for Russ tonight. 3 assists, 6 rebounds. He's played hard. He's never going to not give you that. On a night where I don't know if it's Jamal's output that kind of took the wind out of everybody else's sails, or guys are definitely always going to step back and give it to the hot hand. You got 9 Nuggets who've gotten into the scoring column, so there's nothing to hate about this performance. Everybody's in the plus. Well, no, not everybody. Aaron Gordon's a -1. He's trying to work himself back into shape. 2 of 9 from the field is Who else? DeAndre Jordan's a minus, but he had 8 points tonight. Jamal with a smooth 40. A smooth 40. That's a smooth fall. Boy. That's how you play. Every time. Now, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I did find myself asking this question. Do the rest of the Nuggets have to be bad in order for Jamal to be this good? Is this performance something that Jamal can replicate in an efficient 25-point, 6 rebound, 4 assist night where the ball gets distributed around and everybody gets involved? Now, again, that's not to complain about the output. I think that Jamal was due, long overdue, for a night like tonight. I think it'll bode well for him and the squad and your staff and the squad, because rising tide lifts all boats, and you're going to need him down. You're going to need him this season. If for no other reason, you need Jamal Murray to play well so that he ups his trade value for the end of the year. If for no other reason, we need Jamal to be this Jamal so that there's some wiggle room there whenever the Nuggets need to make a deal that really shores up this lineup. And damn, if he didn't come through on national television. Guys are always prone to get up and have that game, and I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him. No complaints whatsoever. I will not retract things that I've said up until this point, but I think that it's important that we all, if you're going to talk that shit, if you're going to talk that talk, just be ready to give the flowers when they're due. And I couldn't be happier for the guy, to be honest with you. I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be more happy for the guy, because that's got to suck. It's got to suck to feel like or see how obvious it is that you're part of the problem. And tonight, not only was he not that, he was the solution. He was the answer for the Nuggets offense. He had it going, and nobody else. What up, Teasy? He had it going. Is that my nigga, Teasy? Is that Teasy? I don't think it could be anybody else but Teasy. Food chain in the building, Teasy? What's up, bruh? What you think about that performance tonight, Tease? Yes, sir. Oh shit! Hold on. Round of applause. Hold on. This is my 50 grand. This is my guy. That's my guy. What's good, Tease? What? Damn it, Bobby. Good to have Jamal play like that. Yeah. Need it more consistently for sure. Like I said, damn it, Bobby says. I'm going to get to that TZ in a second. I've come to once again bring nuggets, trutherism, and optimism to the stream. Well, welcome to the stream. Damn it, Bobby. TZ, we need this from Jamal. We need performances like this from Maul because it's twofold, right? We want a deep playoff run. And right now, the way the West is looking, if you're telling me that it's getting past an OKC team that hasn't been there before or getting past the Houston Rockets to shore up a trip to the NBA Finals and representing the West, I'm like, get y'all shit together and let's go get another ring. Let's go get a chip. And you're going to need Jamal on that run. And I don't think it's a secret to anyone that there has to still be some shakeup in the way this team is put together going forward. From a cap standpoint, you always want to be able to have that wiggle room. And we've seen it in championship seasons past. There's only one to speak of, but that attrition that hits, that attrition that hits when a team does well and guys need to get paid or whatever, it'll be different in this instance because guys are already paid and you just need to free up some space. You need Jamal to play well simply because he ups his trade value, if that should be the piece that you need to move. Back wipe the THC, go Nuggets, yo crazy ass mother. Okay, TH. What the hell? Okay. Back wipe. Okay. You're the THC. I'm coming. Back wipe the THC, go Nuggets, yo crazy ass mother. Nigga. Oops, I'll let that one slide. Sorry. I be trying so hard to code switch on purpose for y'all to keep it clean. Sometimes they slip. Mac, I'm sorry. I got my boy TZ in the house. I feel already at home. TZ, I'm in Maryland, by the way. Just so you know, I'm in Bowie, Maryland. I'll be back in the town. I'm gonna have to look you up. Yeah, what the hell? LOL. Intense. He was hitting that intense. Intense was hitting that intense. You really great output from obviously an important cog in the Nuggets wheel. Great output tonight from, his performance, because it was he's kind of let it get away from him. And, that's when you got the hot hand, he's got 45, 18 to 26 from the field. I'll take it. 5 and 9 from 3. Just no complaints. I could nitpick, but why? That's dog pile on the rabbit. We're not here to do that. We give credit where credit's due. And Jamal's played his earth off tonight. I think he's looking to go for a 50 ball. You know he loved that. You know he loves the 50 balls. We know he pause. We know he loved Jamal loving the 50 ball. He loved the 50 balls. Love to go for a 50 ball. And he should. Let him go for it. This game is well out of reach. Let him go for it. Feed the hot hand. Is he on the bench now? No, I think he's out. I think they took him out. No, he's in. He's in. Love the 50 ball. You know Jamal love the 50 ball. Let's fucking go. 107.88. Nuggets is up. 4:32 left in the game. If Jamal can play even close to this, and Russell continues to play this way, I have zero worries about OKC Houston. I agree with that. I agree with that. I think Dallas is probably, of those 3 teams, the stiffest competition that you're going to see. Thank God for Tim Conley trading away Cat, because it's completely decimated Minnesota and taken them out of the conversation. And I really believe that for whatever reason, that's the team that gives the Nuggets the most fits matchup wise. But they're just, I mean, and you bring in a Jake, it's complete clown show. Thank you, Tim Conley, just for the gift. Still my boy. I'll fuck with you, Tim. I'll fuck with you the long way. You knew we needed that. You gave a solid one back to where it all started. Carry on. So then you are really talking about the Dallas Mavericks, because I just don't. OKC's going to have to do it. They're going to have to do it and prove it to me. I love Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's game. He's one of the few players in the NBA that actually uses all of the court in order to be a very, very, very prolific scorer. Is there such thing as very prolific? Just prolific. As far as Houston goes, every year there's that team that, and I think the Dillon Brooks angle, he's either going to be one of 2 things. Dillon Brooks is either going to be the bell cow of a team that wins by virtue of playing great defense, or he's going to be that guy that he's like Draymond Green light. He's just going to fuck it up in the end. And they got young guys there, and Ime Udoka's got them playing, so they're not going to be no easy win, but I just don't see it. I don't see that yet. Now, don't sleep on them, but I don't see that for them yet. They're not ready for that. They're not ready for prime time. And so if you can start getting the other Nuggets, Christian Brown, Peyton Watson has really, 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 these last couple games impressed me in terms of just figuring out a way that he can be a contributor, be a help and not a hurt. What did Peyton do tonight? Peyton is 2 of 6, responsible 1 of 3. I don't need Peyton Watson jacking up threes. Peace Watt. And that's the point, Andon. Andon's in the building. That's the point. Peyton Watson is a definite defensive force. Length, just energy, and I think that UCLA sort of brotherhood is really, Russell has rubbed off well on P-Watt, so that bodes well for us. There's another one. We definitely got to get contributions out of these young guys, or else you will get upset by a team that is probably not better constituted, but just been together longer in OKC. So you got to get contributions. Now the Strawberries, you got to grow up, son. Right now, you're not my son. Let me walk that back. That was kind of, locker. It can't be a locker room without a locker room. You know what I mean? That's emulating or locker room speak. I'm not that man's daddy. That dude's probably towers over me. But come on, this is the point. You got to grow up. Nobody's got time for you to figure. It's time to grow up. Now is the time now, because between P-Watt, Strother, Christian Brown, it's literally all hands on deck. This is not a team that can play a 7-man rotation going into the playoffs. This ain't that squad. I'm like, when I say all hands on deck, I need to see DeAndre Jordan get healthy minutes in the playoffs in certain games. This team is teetering. They're right there on the edge of gas. You know who else you need performances from? Michael Porter Jr. Now tonight, 5 of 9, 3 of 4 from 3, very responsible night. 6. This is where, to me, with Michael Porter Jr., I'll take the point totals for sure. I'll take the 3-point attempts, all of that. Here's how I'll know when Avs win in OT. See, Daniel, you was talking all that yang, and then the Avs will pull it out in OT. Daniel, anything? Daniel, you were just saying that You were just calling Bednar on the carpet saying, is this the one? Worst coaching performance ever. Daniel? Congratulations to the Avs. This is the number for me where MPJ is concerned. That's the number for me. Yes, I know he's the sweetest three-point shot ever. Great. That's awesome. Act like you're 6'10" tall. You do that, you change the complexion of this team. If he becomes a glass eater in the sense of saying, like, yeah, we know where the responsibility lies, but it's all hands on deck. If he's grabbing 5 defensive rebounds a game, that means he's engaged on the deal. Oh, Shador's at the game. Oh, he got the jacket. He got Greg Anthony's god-awful jacket. Shador Sanders at the game. Perfect timing. He got Greg Anthony's god-awful jacket. Everybody's freaking out over that jacket. I'm like, that looks like some shit. Like, you put a brooch on it. You put a brooch on the lapel of that jacket. That looks like women's wear. That is Lane Bryant. That is fashion. That is Fashion Nova. Not Fashion Nova. That's Fashion Warehouse. But Coach Prime said he wants the jacket. So apparently Coach Prime wants the jacket. Coach Prime gets the jacket. What is I didn't even think about the ramifications. I was just about to say that, Andrew. I was just about to say this. They would just hit me when you sent that. I'm like, wait a minute. Why the fuck is Shador in Dallas? Well, they live there. So that is, it's clear that there's an affinity with the Sanders family. So I'm gonna scoot past that one. I'm not even gonna plant no mojos. I'm gonna scoot past that one because I don't even need. If he ends up with the Cowboys, I don't know how they move up from 12. I think that's where they're at in the NFL draft. I don't know how they move up from 12 to get him, but I think this is more an effect, as I use my Obama hands. This is more an effect of Shador and Coach Prime, who have done an exemplary job of leading the University of Colorado and bringing us back to prominence. There's no smoke here. Okay. There's no smoke, there's no fire. Shador is a Dallas native, a huge Nuggets fan, as Andon has so aptly pointed out here. And this means nothing about Coach Prime going to coach for the god-awful Dallas Cowboys. Nailed it. Nailed that, Obama. Nailed it. It's okay. You can say it. I nailed that. It's all right. It's all right to admit that I nailed it. Nailed it. 117-98. Your Denver Nuggets. Roll them up. Oh, it sucks to see Kyrie upset. I really, really, really like Kyrie Irving. I didn't used to be like that. He went to Duke. I am sworn to hate all Duke. Everything Duke. Who, by the way, last I looked, they were kicking the shit out of the University of Miami. You know who I'd like to get out of that Duke lineup is the shooter. What's that shooter's name? It's not Dicker. He's got Pooter, Schooner. Ah, yes. The Zeke Naji minutes. We are in Zeke Naji turn. Even Zeke. You know what? There'll be none. Everybody gets some tonight. Pull it together, man. This is your time. This is the time for all the rising tide to lift all boats. Zeke Naji into the scoring column, y'all. This is definitely a Nuggets team that is going to have to, I think, play more guys than Mike Malone definitely is used to playing. I think that this is a season where it's all hands on deck. It's all hands on deck. And the goal is to, one, let's get some development. You're just going to have to do it in season. Let's get some development from some guys. You're seeing great things, I think, out of Peyton Watson taking a step in the right direction. I hated the way the season started for him. I've loved the way these last 10 games have looked for Peyton. He's just been more engaged defensively. As Russ has played more, by the way, the Nuggets 12-4 with Russ in the starting lineup. This will be 13-4 after tonight with Russ in the starting lineup. As Russ has kind of put his stamp, his mark on this team, P. Watt has. I've just seen a different P. Watt. I was not up on P. Watt. I was very much down. I was selling. I was not buying P. Watt. I was selling P. Watt. Didn't look like he worked on his game in the offseason. These last 10 games, 10, 12 games, he's looked good. He's looked really good. He's just looked engaged and not floating around, trying to be some three-point shooter that we all know he's not. Making responsible decisions, taking care of the ball. Other guys that we saw good things out of tonight. I thought that Michael Porter Jr. had a great game. I think everybody did a good job of getting out of the way and letting Jamal cook. And Jamal needed a night to cook. And cook he did. 45 points, 18 of 26 from the field, 5 of 9 from 3. A very responsible performance from Jamal. And I know they're going to talk to him. Let's see if I can hear. See if I can get some sound. They're going to talk to him. TNT is loathed to not talk to the player of the game. That's the drama. We'll see if we can get away with this. Any Jamal? Did he, Dante?
I'm guessing the knee felt pretty good tonight, Jamal.
Yeah, man. Just some anti-inflammatories, got the job done. So obviously, felt better, looked better, and was able to, the whole team was able to play better today.
You're giving the anti-inflammatories the credit, but one of our guys in the studio, Shaq, is actually taking credit for this performance tonight. Shaq wants to know if he inspired you with his pregame words tonight.
I don't know what he said.
Perfect. That works out perfectly well.
I would love to know what he said.
Okay, so here's what Shaq said. He said he needs y'all to be champs again, and it all starts with you, Jamal. Get to work.
I agree 100%. 100%.
What is it about that statement that you feel is accurate?
Because when it's games like this, when I'm on and, there's nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? That's the sense of the group. When Yoke's going, it's like, okay, he's going. But I feel like, and the team feels like when I'm going, there's nothing to worry about. We just got to play defense. And he's 100% right. I need to play my best. I need to play better. I played terrible up until today. And I've struggled. And, the season's all about highs and lows and about weathering storms. And, just take this as a positive note and keep moving. But, you can't get too high, can't get too low. So not just me, but we're all looking to keep this going, keep this momentum going, and get a win tomorrow.
All right, you're just going to fuel the fire at Shaq now. And they're just going to talk about this the whole post-game.
That's what they do. That's what they're doing for, man.
Jamal, congratulations. Fantastic game.
All right. Well, there's some stuff there. There's some stuff there. I don't want to. I want to keep this positive. But I just get this weird sense every time he talks and he mentions Joker that, how do you say this responsibly? How do you celebrate this? How do you appreciate his performance tonight, give him his flowers, and point out maybe I'm seeing too much too? This weird sounding resentment that it sounds like that he has for Joker's successes. And if you watch them on the bench, they don't communicate a lot. There was a point when on the bench, okay, I'm just doing this just for observational sake. There was a point, if you saw it during the game, when obviously it's a blowout. It's Joker. It's Joker. I know, I kept note of it because it was just noticeable. It was Joker, Russ, and I want to say Christian in a trio. And I believe that to be true, Dante. I think that there are things that, well, I'm gonna get to there in a second. And then Jamal, who was he was cooking, so he was upbeat and he smiled, but he wasn't really. No one was really talking to him. He was talking to a different trio of people. Like, you could see a couple of assistant coaches behind the bench. Maybe P. Watt was on the other side of him. He was kind of standing when it was happening, and I just took note of it because it was an extended shot. They were there for a sec. They were there for a while, and it was just like, it was interesting to see. And well, first of all, congrats to this man. Joker passes Larry Bird in the assist record tonight. So apt, so appropriate too, because another aesthetically challenging player. Larry Bird did it to death. He did it greater than most, but he wasn't the athlete. You know what I mean? The quintessential athlete that you want to see, but had the style and the flair of a hooper. Like, Larry Bird was a hooper. Nikola Jokic, Joker, is a hooper. All the flash and substance and style and all the things that hoopers have. He's going to throw that, oh, and just shock the shit out of you, because you're just like, did that dude just, what just happened to me, to my brain? He's just great. He is the game's greatest player. And I think he should always be celebrated by teammates and everyone watching. You're never going to get anything different out of me. Hey, the Nuggets remembered how to hold a team under 100 points now. I don't think that was all that hard without Luka in the lineup and Kyrie coming back from injury. I think it's the same thing as watching the Denver Broncos kick the shit out of the B team for the Kansas City Chiefs. You take everything with a grain of salt. You take everything in context, but it ain't their fault that that's Dallas's team coming into this game. You play who's in front of you. And what you do is you kick the shit out of the teams you're supposed to kick the shit out of. And that's exactly what the Nuggets did. And they did that on the heels of a Jamal Murray flurry.
Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato.
That is good news. To be honest, that
is good news.
Everything good for Jamal is great for this team on all sides. They need him and his scoring. That will definitely help everyone, as long as he can be efficient doing it and not have to have the ball in his hand. As long as he can be efficient doing it, everybody gets involved. This was a night when 9 Nuggets, more, but I don't want to count garbage time. I don't want to count garbage time scores. There was a point when it wasn't garbage time yet, and 9 Nuggets were in the scoring column. Everybody shot. The Nuggets shot 51% tonight from the field, 44% from 3 as a team, 51 rebounds, cleaned up glass, 28 assists. You want to see the 30s, but and again, I know who they did it against. I know what they did. It's not that Dallas didn't spread it out. They distributed it. They had 6 guys in double figures. It's just none of their 6 mattered because Jamal was cooking and everybody kind of got out of the way and let him cook. I would like to not see that be something that, you know how that can go if guys, especially a guy with a game like Jamal's, because Jamal demands the ball in his hands to be effective. Tonight, he mixed it up a little bit. He did a lot more catching, not so much trying to just force it off the dribble. It was about 50-50. It was about 50-50, but his contributions were just timely. And he shot the ball at a good clip. So it felt good to just get out of the way and let him cook. You don't want people to feel frozen out of the offense, not because but because of your style of play. So you want guys to stay warm. So that's the only thing I would ask. If he can have performances like this and give us 29 a night, 27 other nights, 23 most nights, and really be efficient scoring the ball, that bodes well for the Nuggets. I'm going to get to your comment here in a second, Jason. What do you think about this? I think there's something to it. I think there's something to it. You know, to hear, it's so funny too, because his post-game interview just then, think about what you've heard when it's just him being interviewed by the locals. Jamal likes, like all these guys, they like the spotlight. They like the big spotlight. And so you're going to get their best performances on the nationally televised stages, or at least that's when they get up for a game. He said that the knee's feeling better. So that has obviously been something that's played into probably not only his play, but his demeanor. Tonight, he was all-star caliber good. Tonight was an all-star caliber performance from Jamal. Straight up. The Munder is secured. Certain things, Jason, there's going to be references that I don't get, and I'm okay with admitting that. This is one of those times. Help me understand what you're saying. Nice post-game interview on the court by Murray. I thought so. I thought he was contrite. I thought he was all the things that he needed to be. I thought he was everything that he needed to be. Shaq said if Jamal plays like that, they'll win the championship. That's not, I don't think there's a question. Well, hold on. They'll be in great shape because, that Jamal, well, then that Cleveland, if it's Cleveland, that's a different proposition. That type of performance from Jamal, that's a different proposition. Cleveland shoots a lot of threes, and I'm telling you, that shit gets expensive in the postseason when they're not falling because it's just a different game. What happened to Darius Garland? Did Darius Garland get hurt? No, he played. Okay. And when the shorts get tight, the question is where else can you get it done? Where else can you be effective on the floor? And I am of the belief that if your offense is shooting a ton of threes and you think you're going to win a title like that, and you're not the Golden State Warriors with two historically great three-point shooters, I'll take my chances against a team like that any day. I'll take my chances against a team like that any day. Matt Thurn got ejected getting real active with one of the refs. I'll take my chances because my bet is that pressure, it's the top two guys are going to hit, but it's that pressure that's going to get to those number 2, number 3 guys. Why am I getting balloons? Did you guys see the balloons? Did I only see the balloons or did everybody see the balloons? That's a Katie Wingy term for holding a team under 100 points. Oh, okay. Thank you. The Munder. Holding a team under 100 points. And then there's that. Again, grain of salt. An ailing Kyrie Irving. No Luka Doncic. What's that team really worth? Again, just from a standing standpoint, let's take a look at how the West could be won, how the West shall be won. Shall we? Oh, we shall. We shall because I'm driving and you ain't got no choice. Okay, balloons for everyone. Fuck yeah, Dante. Balloons for everybody. Let's see if we can get that to happen again. Apparently the camera likes when I do things like this. I was doing this and balloons went up. Yay. Nah, fuck it. Every time you want something to happen, it doesn't. That's how it goes. It doesn't. Every time you want something to happen, it doesn't. I would be listening to what Jalen Rose is saying right now, but copyright, all kind of shit. Infringements. So, as it stands, the Nuggets are now at 23-15. 4th place in the West. Yeah. My whole thing is staying out of the 5 through 8 seed. think that this is a team that can now, obviously, those top 2 seeds, you just get more rest, which is what you want, or you get more home games, I should say, which is what you want. You definitely don't want to be in the play-in, and I'm just talking about how this team is built, right? Because as it stands, hopefully the season keeps playing itself out, and there's a lot of basketball left to be played. But as the season is playing itself out, barring any more serious injuries, now you can see where Mike Malone can start, and he's going to have to. He doesn't have the luxury of having a KCP that he can look at and be like, okay, I can get 40 to 45 out of KCP. Okay, I can run a 7-man rotation. This actually bodes well for Mike Malone, because now we get to see him actually coach. You don't have a lineup that you can go, yeah, that's my 7. Nah, bruh. And I've never understood the whole, you don't want to be playing 8 guys in the playoffs. It's like, fuck what you're talking about. I'm going to play as many guys as are effective. I'm not relegating myself to gassing out my stars because, yeah, but you can't trust that guy in the playoffs. That's what the regular season is for. Build trust. And fuck trying to get the number 1 or the 2 seed. That's why I like being in the 3-4 spot. If you're in the 3-4 spot, you just have to maintain the 3-4 spot. And you can work guys out. You need to work guys out. You need to see guys work. Let them get comfortable. Let the KCPs. I'm sitting there, I had a Freudian moment because Dante said this. Still missing KCP. I think Russ kind of changes that, to be honest, Dante. I don't want to take away from KCP's contributions because he will hit a timely 3. But there were also games, especially in last year's playoff run, when you could just see the writing on the wall that it was kind of done with KCP anyway. You know what I mean? When he's not hitting those clutch 3s, then he's a scoring liability, right? Am I saying that Russ replaces that tremendously? He's definitely been better from 3 than I can. He's been very good. It's been a very good performance, I think, that we've gotten out of Russ hitting his 3s. I mean, it looks so much better than how many bunnies he blows at the rim. It's crazy. But this, I think, shapes up well for Mike Malone and the roster. I think we need to see a lot more Peyton Watson. When I say see a lot more Peyton Watson, I mean no doghouse for these guys. There's no doghouse for a Julian Strawther. There's no, obviously Christian Brown has played himself into, a serious role. But the backup center position is still going to be a thing. And for me personally, Dario Saric or the 31% free throw shooting backup that is a better. I mean, I love DeAndre Jordan, but that 31% bothers me. But anyway, I'm like, shit. I want to see DeAndre. I want to see DeAndre get meaningful minutes spelling Joker. I think the relationship that he has, that's funny. I think the relationship that he has, the team camaraderie that OKC has and how they kind of rally around, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is really fun to watch. I'm kind of envious of that. You know what I mean? You just see a team that they're having fun. They're bonded. They know who their leader is and they follow him. I think that's fun. I think that's more than fun. I think it bodes well for that team. And if they can keep that nucleus together, they'll do great championship things. But don't get it twisted. They're there to be had this season. The Nuggets have a run on their side. And quite honestly, if you're getting good minutes, like quality minutes out of Michael Porter Jr., where he's not just standing around waiting to unleash the 3, but he is active. He's an active contributor on the glass. He's actively searching out different shots to get on the floor. I don't mind this, Dante. I always want to hear you pronounce your name because I see Danti and I just see Dante, not Dante, because I never makes the sound A. You feel me? You say KCP plus Brown, the first Brown, over Westbrook plus Brown. I'm not mad at that, but I'd like you to remember that both KCP and Brown returned to earth precipitously after leaving the Nuggets. And their contributions on the teams that they've went to haven't been red letter. Nothing to see here, to be honest with you. These are guys that aren't irreplaceable. They just worked within the framework of that roster. You feel me? Their contributions weren't unduplicatable. It just worked. You know, you're not going to put Jeff Green in that conversation. What you need is you need options other than your two-man game. And they had that when they had those players. And P. Watt for Jeff Green. Okay. Far more young, equally as athletic. He's going to bam on you. He's going to play defense. I like my chances. KCP for Russell Westbrook. KCP, you remember last year's, I think we get caught up thinking about the championship team, but you are only as good as your last showing. And in their last showing, KCP was just as ineffective as anybody else on that Nugget squad in that Minnesota series. He might as well not have showed up. And I don't care about hearing about his defense because that is, to me, is just an over. I think we like to talk about guys in that late 90s, early 2000s sense of defensive stopper, that MJ NBA. That's not what these guys are anymore. I'm sorry. You tell me who the guy is. If it's not Lou Dort for OKC, okay. Like, who are these all-world defenders? I'll take my chances. And then I will say this. Christian Brown, the Brown for Brown, I'll give you that one. Bruce was special. He was special during that postseason run. But again, you know, and Christian Brown hasn't been special. He's been exciting to watch. He's been inconsistent at best. And I think far from special. Let's see. KCP, Brown, Joker over Westbrook, Brown, and Joker. I say it's a push only because I believe, number one, Joker and Westbrook work better. So that'll cancel out anything that you have there. Like if you say Joker Brown or Joker KCP, Joker Westbrook, better tandem. And then, yeah, I'll give you this. Christian Brown has not yet matched the fiery contributions that we got from Bruce in that championship season. But can you tell me where Bruce Brown is playing basketball at right now? KCP and Brown aren't as good playing without. Yeah, nobody is. He makes everyone better around him. So to that point, you're proving my point. Taste the soup. Where's the spoon? Enough. So, you know, push. At best, push. At worst, advantage current Nuggets because they got Joker. Couple more things before we get out of here. Again, great win for the Nuggets tonight. We all love it when they do well, but we love it for many, many reasons tonight because we got a Jamal Murray. Good job, Jason. Well done. Well done. You and me. I know if nobody else is here with me, you and me. We got a performance out of Jamal Murray that, to me, spells out a couple of things, because if he can keep stringing these together, the Nuggets are going to need your scoring, brother. They're going to need them. Just what it is. And you increase your trade value should things go that route. You want to light the fire so people can look and be like, oh, yeah, 50 ball, bubble 50 ball, championship run Jamal. Yeah, not terrible Jamal, that guy Jamal. Yeah. We'd be willing to trade for him. You want that. You definitely, it's just better for all parties involved and all scenarios involved if Jamal Murray returns to form. Now, what happens after disaster, devil may care. But right now, do your stuff. Not at the expense of team growth and continuity, though. And I need that to be a thing. I need that to be a thing that runs concurrent alongside this resurgent thing, which is tonight he got his. I think everybody stood back and responsibly allowed him to get his. If him getting his and him getting back on track means that the team continuity that we've seen build over these last 16, 17 games, at least since, well, the Nuggets are 13 now and 4 with Russ in the starting lineup. And there have been some spot starts because Aaron Gordon hasn't been gone, 17 consecutive games. The point more so is that the growth has accompanied Russell Westbrook's further involvement in this team. Like everybody kind of playing with a little more enthusiasm. What movie's that from? I'm not going to give you any more. Okay, I'll give you one more. Yeah, team. Maybe I'll give you one more. But not right now. And not at the expense of continuity. If the knee's feeling better, great. If your contributions are going to be that of circa 2023, awesome. If you can do that within the framework of everybody being involved and the ball being shared and you don't have to dribble the air out of it, even better.
Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang.
That is good news. I'll be honest.
That is good news.
As it is said, a rising tide lifts all boats, and tonight, Jamal Murray was our rising tide. Fuck yeah. All right. I think it's time to call it a game and hand it over to the Dan Tanner in the paint, right? With Dan Tanner. One time I'm gonna have to get Dan Tanner on, get on with Dan Tanner so I can say, thanks a lot, Dan Tanner. Shaq said, Jamal, where are you? I need you. Right. Jamal, where you been? Where you got that poop? Is that a poop? Poop. Yeah, team enthusiasm. You don't know the movie? I'm not gonna tell you. Baseball. Think baseball. Think mob gangsters. The Untouchables. That's the scene before Al Capone beats the crap out of that guy, beats that guy to death with a baseball bat. Great movie. All right. You're nothing but a gun and a badge. Okay. Anyway. Good job, Nuggets. 118-199. Nuggets get the win. We're all happy about that. I appreciate everybody who joined me tonight. Dante. Whoa. That's not the one. Hold on. Let's see if we can get this. I'm going to restart this. Hold on. Okay. So, because I had the homie chime back in. My man Teasy.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Jason Hunt.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Dante XC.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Daniel Miller.
Every day
Also, congratulations to the Avs.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Zeno's Warbirds.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Damn it, Bobby.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Sorry about that. Let me say that properly. Damn it, Bobby.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
And in G, you know we love and in G.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
My man, Intense THC.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
And who am I, you ask? He is I and I am him. Him with the no brim. Beanie. Warren Lametta. This has been 5 to go on Kill You With Truth Network. You guys have a great rest of your evening. Good night now. Stop it.